Hello, one. Hello, all. It is me, a little late, a dollar short. Um, Charles, otherwise known as CeePo. Welcome to WILIscredia. Do I have my? Well, that'll do. There's names there. Thank you, Sean, for the €5 super chat yesterday when this was scheduled, but I'm also laying a disclaimer out there that this may just ultimately give out as we continue because OBS is, well, to their defense, it's free and uh, it's it's a discount, but it's worth it if that's as backhanded a swipe as I can give. But I digest. What is up, JDev, Jacob, Alonzo, Aaron? Cheers, Deadhead. I've been recycling the same bottle now. I'm going to have to get rid of that at the end of the week. What is up, De Jesus Custom Footwear? How are you? I'm doing. Why is that not coming up in the highlight? What's up, Lee? What's up, Trevor? Don, Troy, what's going on? I have a more pressing concern. Why is the highlighted chat not? Try that again. Yep. Hello, Trevor. Okay. All right. Whew. Had a minor scare there for a second because OBS is just OBSing. Emphasis on the BS. But drawing something for Cody, and I think he'll love it. Well, that's nice. The debrief, I think, is planned for the 21st. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Last I checked, it was the 21st. It seems the general consensus is the 21st. I believe, well, there's 5 of us at the moment, so I believe 60% have confirmed on the 21st. So, we're not the group, we're not the old school gang. So, if one person can't make it, we try to accommodate as much as possible. And I told Cody, I said, no matter what, here are the dates where I'm traveling. One way or another, I'll either be 5 hours in front in the United Kingdom time, or they'll not let me in, as they have an affinity for doing. But this one might be different. This might be the least pushback that I have, because there is documentation that I have for the goods that were sent back from our I don't know. They have technical terms for it. It's whatever. I actually have like a, a government document stating that things need to be brought in by December for a specific reason. and they're for tax purposes and so on and so forth. It literally, me going over there is cheaper than shipping. And even if they turn me away, it's still cheaper if I can just get them, because the documentation is for the sake of getting the stuff that was sent back from our freight that was sent to the Mississippi's new apartment. And um, just a bunch of, I anticipate just complete pushback. There's like a 28 tie for 31. Yep. Yep. Alonzo, I have watched less than 10 minutes and I just decided I can't. And I don't mind some camp in my child's play, but when you get to the point to where the show is just literally a comedy with gore, um, you've lost me, and it's lost me. I used to think with the Mancini stuff where he had complete control, it was good one, bad one, good one, bad one, good one, bad one, good one, bad one. But Chucky season one was good. Not like it was perfect or anything, but what is. Season two, ugh. And then within 10 minutes of season three, I was just like, no. There's a YouTube short of me after 5 minutes, and I'm just like, I tap out. No, no more. I was disappointed by the Marvels and now have this feeling that I'm no longer excited for the MCU. Welcome to me from like 6 years ago. Found out today that Robert De Niro was offered the role of Marv in Home Alone but turned it down. Marv is Marv. If it was Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro, Marv is. Yeah. Ifs and buts. I watched everyone's 31 on 31, but didn't leave my thoughts because only seen all the Saw movies and the OG Wrong Turn. That's fair. Don Mancini loves camp. It's all his fault. Blame him. I won't blame. I mean, it's it's his control. It's his baby. He's gonna do with it what he wants. I felt the anti-religious stuff was a bit much, and that's from somebody who, you know, I I really don't get affected by stuff like that. But when it's like, again, I people call me a leftist when I criticize like messaging, but like you're beating the dead dog about the anti-religious stuff, and it's like, do you have a message? Like, excuse me, do you have something that makes this story stronger, or do you just want to keep hammering home how your experience with being taught or whatever in a Catholic school or Christian school or whatever, and like, because it really didn't add much, and it was just kind of like tired and old, and then it just felt like it was he wanted to make Chucky a cover band, or a tribute band for all of these different, like, references to other movies like Silence of the Lambs and Apocalypse Now, and it's just like, what are you, what is this? This is atrocious. Say what you will about 2019 Child's Play, but it was a new perspective, and it felt like it took things seriously, even with a joke here and there. This is for Tupac. Yeah. Okay. Bonjour, Dick Roller. Um, I'll be able to tell you that, hopefully, in a little bit, just a little bit longer. Right before December, I'll be headed out there, and I have to. There's an expiration date on our finishing the bringing over of the goods that we were approved for. And again, the government document that I will be bringing over. And at the very least, if they are their typical selves and give me business, as long as, you know, the stuff that I bring over gets brought to Emily's. That's really the important part, because it technically is worth the trip, because, hiring a moving man, my tongue just not reporting to work today. Um, it Even with the flight ticket and the extra luggage and all that stuff, it's still well worth whatever the costs would have been for the um, cross Atlantic movers. That is not the name of the company, but I would never recommend this company to any single human being, even my worst enemies. They are awful, awful, misleading. Um, I would want to say, well, actually, I can't, because it might be a legal matter. So let me shut my mouth. Uh, Cheers for that? What am I getting cheers for? Ugh. No, I do not. I do not. I would much rather watch Apocalypse Now than anything Don Mancini does, including Chucky doing Apocalypse Now. The tongue is rented. Yeah, indeed. Okay, so this is what I was going to do yesterday. Just kind of a summary. Hey, and everybody, make sure to congratulate Dice on I think right? Re-obtaining the ability to be qualified for AdSense. It's a big deal. You don't realize, some people aren't full-time YouTubers, but the work that we put in, um, it's hard. It's hard sometimes when, YouTube can make money off of our work, but we can't. And um, it just helps. It helps, and most people, I know Dice is amongst them. Cody is included, actually. Um, take the finances that they make from stuff like YouTube and put it back into their product, which is like beyond admirable. Like, they're not here to just make money. They're here to, do things that they feel a certain way about and have a creative perspective. And a lot of people deserve it. And when I get over there, I'm going to kind of hijack Emily's channel and try to get that thing back to making money, because when we were living together, Emily was certainly the brains and the one worthy of the money in the outfit. She just didn't produce nearly as much. And with me under the same roof for a little bit, I'll probably tell her, listen, I'll shoot it, I'll edit it, just do your thing. You deserve to make AdSense, because she still has stuff that gets like dozens of views and so on and so forth. But I digest. Hey, Gray. Mikey. I don't know why my voice cracked. I've been watching and getting your videos, and getting that watch time up. And speaking of Gray, for those of you who watched our Frankenstein 2-part thing, the pilot episode of the hybrid new open mic, I kind of clipped those two, the intro from the OBS version, and then the long feed from when we switched over to StreamYard, which the aspect ratio is considerably different because it is 720p, and I think as I speak to you now on OBS, it is 1440p, which is not quite 4K, but still stronger than 1080p. So, yeah. Oh, trying to say cheers for being fatigued on the MCU now. Yeah, no, I've done been there. Yes, I agree, Aaron. You can definitely tell who works their ass off on here. So, putting everything together and bringing like clothes and stuff and trying to get as much as I can that would otherwise cost us an arm and a leg, in regards to their taxes, or their VAT, as it's called, value added tax. There was literally, when I last was there, when it was my introduction to the new place, um, I shipped something that I just couldn't pack, and I thought it would be cheaper, and the shipment was well north of $100, and then they put a value added tax on it on their end, which was 40 pounds. And 40 pounds in dollars is it's more than $40. So it was almost $200 to ship a box, which is why, again, I say, getting another suitcase and then just packing it and paying the extra fee for the suitcase, it's kind of better for me. The only thing I get freaked out about is peace of mind, because we all know how England likes to treat me. And, well, certain airports like to, oops, um, we found your luggage, but aren't you happy about that? Oh, you wanted the stuff that was inside it too. Oh, yeah, we didn't do that so much. We also shipped it to the wrong address. But we're not liable. That's another thing that there is a statute of limitations on. If slash when I am allowed in, I'd like to approach um, a barrister or whatever the hell the British call a lawyer. They're quite litigious over there, and I'm almost certain I have a case because there's a paper trail, but um, I don't want to preface my trip out there puffing my chest out. It's weird where I'm like, I'm in the right technically, legally, but like I know they're gonna detain me. And I'm at the point where it's just like, just let me in, please. Just let me in. And like that's my uh I don't know, consolidation consolation prize, consolidation. Well, that too, whatever. Did you piss off the queen in a past life? No. And she had passed by the last time I arrived, and I said I should have the Charles discount because I have the same name as the king. They didn't find that very funny. Um, Even though there was one of them that asked me to make a joke about immigration, and um, well, go back and check. I think it was the stream after my birthday earlier this year, speaking to one of the border force agents, and had to speak to the UK consulate, whatever, in regards to heading out there this time. So, on top of bringing over lights and production stuff and microphones and all this other jazz, it'd be nice to spend time with the in laws. But here are some things that I am bringing with me. Something that I just absolutely, this is just a collector being a collector here. This is the Friday the 13th. Um, it's the 4K steelbook, but it's got a um, it's got a different cover. I'm a collector. When it comes to shit like this is the same cover, by the way, as the album, the the waxwork records version of the score has. Um, some of these were sent like this here so that I can properly educate myself on a very, very, very slanted portrayal of Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn. I keep thinking Amberlyn every time I say it, but yep. Uh, Eric Bana, Natalie Portman, and Scarlett Johansson. And the homework that I've done on this after seeing it is like it's like ridiculously fabricated. Um, and I'm curious, but at least I have an idea. I have a fictionalized version of what happened to Henry VIII's second wife, the one that the Church of England was created for, that one, she ended up getting her head chopped off. Can you imagine being the Pope or just anybody who, you know, was against the idea of Church of England being like, yeah, yeah, see, this guy isn't this guy isn't true to our values. He chopped his wife's head off, allegedly, or actually a court of people decided to for that punishment, and one of the people in that jury was Anne Boleyn's father. So there's that. Oh wait, I see words being thrown. Come at me, Brian. The OG Friday the 13th is better than part 5. I stand by that opinion. There's not many people that will argue with you. Brian thinks that all of he gave the Justice League 5 out of 5. Just let that simmer. We all make mistakes. It's fine. Could you imagine being the Pope? Nah, I couldn't wear anything that gaudy. Uh, yes, it's a very slanted view because no royalty looked good then. Indeed. Um, Also, this was not a me purchase. I I haven't seen this in forever, but because I brought it up, um, Mark Harmon in summer school, uh, this was like in the mail within, I want to say 2 to 3 weeks, because it's a bunch of like, I don't know. There's a lot of these movies, especially in the 80s, where somebody's set up for failure. And this Mark Harmon character has just a bunch of high school kids who have dropped out and a foreign exchange student. And these two kids that are like diehard into the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise and maybe horror itself. And I had forgotten certain aspects of the film. And well, there, here is my reminder. Um, this one is actually me because fucking Frank Darabont cannot miss. This is the 4K re-release of The Pist. Oh wait, no, it's The Mist. Excuse me. Uh, Slipcover. I may have shown this when it first came in. I don't know. Forgive me, for my brain is broken, much more so than my back. Um, this was sent because of Emily's coverage of Cape Fear, the remake, with the note attached that please, if you guys can do a side by side discussion. Yeah, because we're not backlogged with just absolutely every single thing we have a list of to cover. But yeah, the Gregory Peck, um, Robert Mitchum. I don't for Yeah, I can't read that. What year are you? It's old, black and white. I want to say it's the late 50s, early 60s. Robert Mitchum is the GOAT, which, by the way, you might want to check out the stream, which has been converted to a video that Gray and I did. He has quite an interesting story on goats. That is all I will say. Um, that everything I thought about the movie about Mayhem, the death metal band out of, was it Norway? I I I know it was Scandinavian. It was one of those four. But after hearing Gray's story on just how hardcore they took things, goats can be metal. They can also be stinky. Yeah, that's like I don't know, it's sort of like the antithesis of Gallagher, which I think we're gonna have to cover at some point in due time, Gray. Gallagher and like like a comic grade hack versus material. There's a new I don't know if it's a show or a series, and it's called Hacks, and it's about two female comedians who tour, and one of them's a has been and one of them isn't. And I don't know. I think Gene Smart's in it, but I've never gotten around to watching The Marvelous Miss Maisel. Every now and again, when they, like, if you were to ever watch Punchline, that is the worst representation of stand-up comedy ever. It is so bad. Well, not bad. It's okay. Tom Hanks, right around the Big era, right around the Burbs era. And I remember, like, whenever I started doing comedy, I was just like scooping up any movie that had to do with stand up. And because I like movies and I love comedy, and ooh, then once you do stand up for a while, even if you're, stuck in one spot, it just, you don't have the same recycling eight people performing at the same club day in, day out, because um especially if you have the same act. um I think I think it was meant to be something like a play on the Comedy Store or the Improv out west, but there's some new faces, and I don't know, maybe we'll do a commentary where I just talk about how much bullshit is going on in that movie. Um this one knew I was leaving the States, and Shout Factory does not fuck around. It is the 4K of Fargo. One of my favorite movies, probably top 20 ever for me. And the accents, Emily gets a kick out of them, and it may be on the horizon. I mean, we already did a a scene recreation from Fargo when we were at our old apartment. There is something else when I get over there that we plan to replicate a different scene from Fargo. We didn't need that for said project, but Fargo's brilliant, just brilliantly shot, and I'm curious to see how Shout Factory handled things. This sent to me, speaking of Shout Factory, Shout Select, The Deer Hunter on 4K, which I do have a steelbook of the Blu-ray. For those of you who don't have it, get at me if you want it. I have not found an audio clip just yet of the Russian roulette scene that I quite enjoy to take the piss out of, to use my in-law country's way of speaking. And last but not least, Blue Steel, directed by Catherine Bigelow, a movie that I wanted to do for a series that, in my brain, I have so many ideas that so many things can and will be covered over the course of time. And then, like, actually doing them becomes a problem. Oh, this is coming over to this Cody Leach sent this every 2 weeks or so since I've been back from England. He's like, you left, which system do you have with you? And I'm like, the PS5's on its way over there. It's not here. And so there's that. And then there's this, which is the second controller, because Emily's got siblings, and much like Cody's little one, well, actually, Cody's little one didn't want to challenge me to video games, but when I was in England and Emily's siblings wanted to play me in Mario Kart and didn't realize that I don't know what what's socially acceptable in the UK, but let the kids win was never something that I was brought up on. And Emily's sibling was quite not, well, unpleased at the fact that I did not lose whilst playing Mario Party? Kart? It was one of the Mario games. And I taunted, and we'll have a second controller for festivities this Christmas season. And while we don't have a Nintendo Switch or anything like that, there's other silly games that I will continue to refuse to let somebody win. It's all I have. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I look like an asshole. It's too late for that anyway, and it's all I have is to beat Gen Z in video games. I wish somebody could send me some PS5 stuff. Yeah, well, you got to start making content, because that was kind of the deal for me too. I have to, when I return to England, I've got to pump out some of that PS5 content. Get the siblings to play Mortuary Assistant, see how it goes. Dice, I'm trying to maintain you know, a uh, a friendly relationship between the U.S. and the United Kingdom, and how much disdain they have for me and my travels. And I need as many people on my side as possible, which I guess would make a better argument for me um, letting the kid win. But no. Nah, VR then. Yeah, that's not. I don't think that comes out on home media in time. So that is the last of it, the last of the physical media and everything that's being brought to England. Barring some sort of, you know, they're heavy, especially when one of them's a steel book. Like I don't want to waste weight on movies because I have a book that I'm bringing, and these lights aren't exactly the most light things in the world. You gotta let the kid win eventually. You have to make them work for it a little. Yeah, yeah. I am of the um what is it? The A League of Their Own type mentality where Gina Davis, as her older self's character, tells the older brother to take it easy on him. He's just a kid, and then tells the younger brother to kick his ass. And irony, because, well, if you haven't seen that movie, then, well, it's just ironic. You are English? I mean, I speak it. There's no. That's it, Dicey. That's what I'm talking about. There's no crying in Mario Kart. Right. No, he's French. I want to watch Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving. I don't. I have no urge. Have you heard about the Scott Pilgrim animated series that comes out on Netflix in 2 days? Same voice as the film? Ooh, I did not know that. Yeah, you seem like the Mounties. You see like the Mounties we always get our man. I'm starting to get a little bothered by just how many whodunit movies there are that are being released, whether they be serious or, comedies, so on and so forth. Uh, the there's that sequel to The Murder on the Orient Express. There's the Murder at the End of the World, which is a Hulu exclusive. Um, let's all calm down. Can you guys just try to figure things out and not ride the Knives Out train, which is essentially the Clue train, which is essentially is yeah just repetition. That's all Hollywood is. um. So I'm hoping to get slightly better treatment medically while in England. Um, I have to get a different type of visa, but I will not even entertain the idea without knowing whether or not they're letting me in. Because the epidural thing, I've complained about it enough in my history over the last month or so, and it is what it is. I can only do what I can only do. Um, but there are a few things that I saw. Pardon. There are a few things that I saw while you know laid up and in agony, no pressure. Um, the long and short of it is, I need a surgical intervention on my L4 disc. It's just whether or not I eat shit and do it the way America wants to do it, because they will not do the disc replacement surgery because that's considered an elective here, whereas in Europe it isn't. And I just need to figure out, uh, you know, do I want to constantly not be comfortable and bridge it with medications and stuff like kratom and stuff like they're all of these things that are just pain band-aids. But in the end, if I'm not able to be mobile, but can feel less cranky and less pain, then I I gotta eat shit. I think I really, really, yeah. I've got the worst of both worlds right now, where it's just nothing's being done. They're under medicating and under treating me because of my ridiculous tolerance, and that's nobody's fault but big pharma's. And we got a shiny one. Super chat from Marcy, 17 Danish krona. A double feature, Napoleon and Thanksgiving. Oh, wait. Did that work? That didn't work, did it? Was that really low? I tried to get you your sound bite, but it it was like negative 40 decibels, which is low. That was better volume wise. All right. So the second one that was the one that you are to consider. Yeah. Yeah. I figured as much, Dice. Okay. So, of the newer things that I saw, two were released to streaming media. Um, like really, really recently. Um, and Netflix appears to be on this, I don't know, talking about pain medication thing. They had this series that wasn't a documentary, mind you, but Matthew Broderick played one of the Sacklers. Is that who they are? The people that were behind OxyContin. And that was an interesting watch. And knowing that I was directly affected by it, but it could have been far worse for me. That is not lost on me. Um, it kind of made me a tad angry. And then only for them to release the Pain Hustlers uh, a little bit later. I watched that as well. Uh, I'm trying to remember who was in Pain Hustlers, and I've drawn a complete blank. Uh, Captain America. Yes, yes, Jacob. It was a movie. Chris Evans, Emily Blunt. Thank you. Yeah, I thought Chris Evans was only in straight to Amazon materials recently, but yes, Chris Evans and Emily Blunt play people that, you know, man, I'm chapped. They don't play people that are chapped. They play people that are sales reps for these pain medications. And in Florida, I've seen plenty of documentary about how it was essentially the Wild West down there from the late 2000s through the early 2010s. And what was it? People would drive like, what was it? What was the Vice documentary? I think there was a Vice documentary called The Heroin Highway or something like that. I don't remember what it was, but got to get that sugar scrub for the lips. Yeah, no, I'm just going to hopefully leave this um, cold ass New York weather and the swinging nature of our temperature, because it was like hot and then it was cold and it was humid and it wasn't. Joaquin Phoenix is getting Oscar nominated, but he isn't really outstanding as Napoleon. He's good though, but as far as other actors and their performances in movies this year, it's not up there. You've seen Napoleon already? Doesn't it come out tomorrow? Did you Danish folk get it early? Because it sounds like you're judging somebody based on trailers, which is a very ill advised thing to do. That is a very critical drinker thing to do. Pardon. Leave the shifting weather of New York, he says, while heading to England, he says. I know what to expect. Chilly rain. Period. Ridley Scott is very hit or miss, we will see. Saw it 2 weeks ago, only one screening. 2 weeks ago, what the shit? Already? Me some cocoa butter lip balm? Heart me? Oh, love me. Okay, I got it. Hi, Felix. How are you? Um, Something else that well, Yeah, so like Jacob said, both of them exist. They're time killers. I don't know why. I don't remember what the Matthew Broderick series is called. It's a it's a limited series. It might be called Pain Management or something ridiculous like that. But Pain Hustlers is, it feels like they're trying to do the opioid crisis, but in like a Big Short type style. And um well, it's not, you have the star power in the movie. I think Andy Garcia's in it too as the boss of the company. But it just, no, 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 it's all right, but The Big Short was really, really sharp. I quite enjoyed that movie. Adam McKay, I I think is quite like Ridley Scott when it comes to hit or miss. When he hits hard, but when he misses, it's kind of like, fuck. All caps. All right. I hate it when people say this movie sucks, then you ask why, then they say just because it sucks. Okay. I don't disagree with you. I don't know what the um I don't know. I don't know what the caps were for. But maybe if it's legal, get your hands on some legal aids that will help calm you down. Is my best um advice. Uh the other movie I saw, which if you're following me on Letterboxd, it's the same name, WILIscredia. I remember seeing this trailer a while back. It is called The Royal Hotel, about a pair of, I want to say, college age girls, and they're running out of money, so they take a job at this like bar hotel thing in Australia, and it's just like in the middle of nowhere. I forget what my witty closer was for my little mini review, and it's just I forgot what the fuck I called it, but it's cocktail if you want to feel miserable. Wait, what? Wait, what? When? What? What's happening? So anyway, there's this scene in the movie that like just like, yes, I definitely missed a joke. Um
Oh, good for you.
I there's a scene in the movie that like perfectly personifies just how people don't think to adapt to different cultures and the way different people express one another. And uh it like I talked about it with when I went to Denmark and how I learned excuse me, I'm sorry, and thank you. And it turns out it wasn't that important. It's a different it's a different culture. And I might get nipped for this, but Um, if you don't see this in future viewings, I apologize. I would highly suggest watching Royal Hotel, or better yet, read my letterboxed review and take it from there. Um, is it here? Is it not here?
You speak English.
Oh, no, 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 no,
You speak English.
no, 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 no. Is it really loud?
Don't you?
Yes, of course we do. We're both fluent in English, Spanish too, and a little Portuguese.
Smart cunt, eh? Think you're a smart cunt. I like that. Could use one around here.
What did he just call me?
Yeah. So there is that. Hugo Weaving. It took me a very long time to realize that that was actually Hugo Weaving. But yeah, so that blonde from that moment forward is like rattled because of the use of language. Jacob says, I wasn't that crazy about Royal Hotel. A Misc Toast remake of Wake in Fright. I have not seen that. Wake in Fright. I'll have to look that up. I'll have to write myself a note. I don't know what I'm going to do with my 13 hours worth of travel and who knows how long of detention when I head to England. Wake of wake of what? Uh, mm, eh. Nothing's working. Nothing's really working and or cooperating with me. Wake of death? No. Wake in fright. 1971. I don't watch movies older than me. Sorry. Especially movies like really older than me. And before that 1975 pacing threshold, I tend to have a hard time. No, I'll give it a whirl. I didn't realize it was a remake. But yeah, the it's not like a happy-go-lucky movie. It's not. It's the movie portrays trauma and just feeling like shit and stuck in the middle of nowhere. It does that very well. I can only imagine being somebody who is very not used to um the way that a Joe Sixpack from Australia speaks, and then taking on a job at a bar, and it's I don't do they ever really say that they're like from the mine, or they're like hard hat working type folk. And well, they drink hard, and they work hard, and fresh meat they're all trying to impress one another, and everybody's flirting, and flirting gets aggressive, and yeah, I felt for uh, our leads, and it's not something that made me feel happy. I'll say that much, but it was a very good portrayal of trauma, is the best way I can put it. It's very much about culture collision, but it ain't 50-50 split. Ain't a 50-50 split. Those guys were mostly in the wrong. I think the Wrong Turn remake did a better job making me feel conflicted about who to side with. That's fair. I believe Psycho would like to have a word. Who who? There's a lot of psychos that would like to have a word. Royal Hotel is a better made and acted film, admittedly. Yeah. It was like kind of thrown to me quite a bit. Like, you're gonna want to watch this. And I did, and I was like, yeah, it it's there. And of course, where are you? David Fincher. David Fincher. I don't know. Has David Fincher worked with Michael Fassbender yet? But The Killer is something that I've still been kind of processing, because it's great. There are moments where I felt like I didn't know I was watching a David Fincher film, and that's something unique for me, especially when it comes to Fincher. Like when I was watching Gone Girl, like I could just tell by the cinematography and the color palette and the tone, and like, you know, he's used the same people for his scores for quite a while now. Um, like I just knew Gone Girl was very Finchery. This one, on the other hand, I was kind of like, hmm, it 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 does have its moments where it's got that Fincher look and feel, and obviously with Atticus Ross and Trent Reznor, that score will constantly remind you. But it was a very subtle, unique entry into Fincher's library of work. The Killer really eclipses the other Netflix stuff. I am very unfamiliar with a lot of like the Mindhunter. I never tacked on to any of that. So I'm out of the loop on a lot of Fincher in regards to Netflix. So best film he's done since Social Network, in my opinion. Haven't been impressed with him in a while. Mank, yeah, Mank, yeah, yeah. And what I said in my letterboxed review, it's one of the things that I've been thinking about very hard and kind of wanting to explore more. It feels like an Edgar Wright thing to do, but I just didn't expect it, you know, from somebody like Fincher, which isn't to say that, directors in their late 40s, early 50s. I don't know. He's been around a bit, but still young. If he wants to run for president, I'll vote for him. Shit. Uh, didn't know that they could change and adopt certain techniques. I mean, Tarantino kind of does it, but uh, I really would not like to hear from Tarantino about how much he thinks he's awesome. It's just I don't disagree. Tarantino's awesome. He's just got this way about him. Scorsese does a lot of adopting and or homages, should I say. And it's come to be expected. But I didn't expect it with um what is your name, sir? David Fincher. And it felt like a very Edgar Wright thing to do. And I may not even be right. It may just be coincidence. I may be reading into it. But our killer, our hired gun, so to speak, Michael Fassbender, has a regimen and a playlist that he listens to that exclusively features I want to say they're all the Smiths songs, if not a Morrissey song here and there. And every now and again, the song felt on the nose for what was happening on screen. And if it didn't feel on the nose, it felt on the nose for the sake of irony. Like the first sign is he listens to, it may not be, it might have been the album. I'm trying to remember. When he goes to get breakfast, which is from McDonald's. This is early in the movie. This is like first 15 minutes or so. He pops on something from the Smiths, Meat is Murder, while he's eating a ham McMuffin, ham egg something McMuffin, and it's cute. Um, if you know the Smiths, if you know what you're looking at, um, it's a nice little gag. It's a like I said, it's a very Edgar Wright thing to do, but it's consistent. I don't want to give anything else away. Um, I might get like me saying I might get Emily to watch it and we can do a spoiler discussion. I could say that for about 47 different things. And December's still 2 weeks away. So we'll see. Shout out to Andrew Kevin Walker, who also wrote Seven. He's every bit as important to the film's success as Fincher, if not more so. Okay. The worst movie ever, in my opinion, is the worst movie ever, though. Okay. Fincher was doing something similar to Last Samurai with this one. Simple construction, but he fills it out with subtext. Yeah, it was quite subtle. Quite subtle and sprinkled with subtext. I got that feeling. That was for sure. For sure. But yeah. So there's the quick catch up. There's everything that is packed, loaded. and movies that I've watched recently. If I had to rank the three that I saw, it would probably be The Killer Royal Hotel and Pain Hustlers. The one you're going to want to watch if you're not looking to feel miserable is Pain Hustlers, oddly enough. But the best film of the lot is The Killer. And again, if you can handle some uncomfortable moments within the film, Royal Hotel does have quite a few traumatic moments that I can only imagine sucked to be a part of as, you know, somebody in a completely different environment who very much doesn't understand roughneck nature, I guess is the most polite way to put it. Guys, please check out the discussion that I recently uploaded of myself and Grey Poupée discussing terrible road gigs and, our dreams and how we thought things would turn out and how they didn't. And, just some fun stories about being nobody people in respective music and comedy road workers. I said it again, but and again, if you can be interactive and hit the thumbs up, that would be graciously appreciated. I just want somebody did this on a Twitch stream the other day, and I'm going to tell you, there are a lot of people who support this channel, and I appreciate it. I cannot say it enough how much I appreciate it. More than half of the movies and stuff that I just showed you that I'm bringing over there is supplied to by supporters. People are patrons, people are channel members, people are, super chatters, so on and so forth. But if you have any sort of respect and or are rooting for me, leaving the second a commercial break comes on tells me that you aren't really interested in supporting me in any way possible. And the next time somebody asks why they're not allowed in my streams to chat, that is the reason why. Because certain individuals, I'm not saying it's more than one person, mind you, I'm just saying this so that this person has their attention that they finally sought out. You were in a Twitch stream asking me how I was doing, then talking about movies while I was playing video games that had nothing to do with film. But usually, if I'm not too busy doing stuff, I don't mind a little Q&A during a Twitch stream. But I got the up ads, I'll talk to you later, and the person was gone. I know they suck. You don't have to, let the volume run. Lower the tab Open something else up, mute it if you have to. That stuff helps me. The best way to help me is to just let it play, and that's all you're doing. You're not really contributing anything. You're just letting the ad play. And to just outright say that because there's an ad, you're no longer interested in watching my content, that says everything I need to know about somebody who's so concerned with wanting to chat on my various streaming platforms. So yeah, it when there's people like Sean, who is not only a channel member but a patron, uh he's a subscriber to the locals content, which there won't be anything of substance until I can reshoot some of the Salo and Serbian film stuff. But there's people that are showing support in so many different ways. And I'm not saying give money. I'm just saying a great way to show support: thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share something that you find particularly appealing, or let commercials play. You're not giving anything up financially for that. You can open a different window while those commercials play. I it was really insulting to somebody who was so it was insulting to me, considering that somebody was so bothered that their voice was taken away from them in live streams, and the fact that they would constantly want to change the topic of discussion in chats during live streams, and have no come on, I'm here now, you got it. Fuck it, doesn't matter, I'm blurry. And to have like no sort of realization that what you're talking about has nothing to do with what the stream is about, what the current conversation is about. You know who it is, Jacob. You absolutely know who this person is. And there's also that, Dice. You can, if you have Amazon Prime, it's literally free. You get one free one a month. And this person, the same person who always asks me, did you see the box that I sent so and so full of stuff? No, I didn't see that. It's just, this person wants to use my channel to be the star of the chat. And if, God forbid, a commercial play, this person's out of here. Yep. It wasn't really an issue, Jacob. It was just the fact that it was recently. I was just, farming XP on Warzone, and the person was asking me questions, asking me whatever, and I was about to answer it, and then I saw ads, I'll see you later. And it's just like, really? Considering how much of a stink this person has made about, why is nobody answering me? Why can I please not be banned anymore, can whatever, so on and so forth. Um, and this is a person that just constantly and repetitively does not care what the stream is about, but always just is on a different planet all of their own and talking about things that have nothing to do with what we're talking about. This person like has like jokes, and then when you like tell this person stop, like we're having an engaging conversation and the chat is having a parallel engaging conversation, and you're doing this weird fucking, you know, uh, Jack and Jill is better than Inception thing, where it's just like nobody thinks that's funny. Um, and you keep doing dumb shit like that. And, sometimes I don't talk about movies. And this person's had to be corrected a couple of times about what the content was about. And, enough's enough. You want to know why you're not allowed, your voice is muted on all of my platforms, and it's simply that these people contribute, whether it be thumbs up, comments, sharing my videos, contributing to the conversation, realizing that sometimes there's some serious stuff being discussed, and in more important cases, which I don't expect of anybody, and I completely understand people who aren't able to do this, but some people are, supporters of financial means. um if the chat, if the question, which do I think is better, Jack and Jill or Inception, were that much of a burning question for you, put it in a super chat. But a super chat, you're, what are you, at least 20% closer to getting a Twitch membership where you wouldn't see ads for at least 30 days. So there's that. You can listen, I think it all the time. But if you're going to tell me that you're leaving because of the ads, then what you are telling me is you're not interested in supporting me. And I'm not interested in hearing anything from you, because that is basically what induces me to continue to make content, is the fact that the work that I put in, granted Twitch is a little different, but I do bust my tail, and I feel like when I do, it shows. I'm somebody who took entertainment very seriously and was paid to do so. And there are quite a few people where I've seen people say that conversations, and I'm not saying me, I'm saying things that us on Autop Stream, if you watch us over on Dice's channel, just playing Jackbox, it's funny shit. It's entertaining. And what is entertainment worth to you? And if ads scare you away, then you're not really in, I don't know, you're not really in the supporting your favorite YouTuber thing. And what? To some people, sure. I don't follow Twitch stuff, but I noticed absence in the YouTube chat. I never minded them, but it did feel like having a one-sided convo. Yeah. Right. Right. And that's just something that I wanted to get to because I trust my mods quite a bit because they know quite a bit about me. They know how much rope I'll give certain people to say things that um whether or not they like disagree with what I'm saying, so on and so forth. Um it takes a lot for me to want to just outright block you. Normally, you'll get a timeout as a warning, but this person is just enough's enough. And then when you vocalize just how much um, ads turn you off, I I have no interest in hearing anything you have to say because clearly, I don't know, a progressive ad turns you off so much that you don't want to hear what I have to say. So I have people that do quite a bit to support, and I'm not just speaking from a financial sense. There are people that literally tell me, "Hey, Charles, I just wanted you to know that I put the 1999 playlist on while I went to bed so that you can get, watch time. I know there's, ads that play in there and, you know, they don't have to do that. And it's appreciated because especially with that 1999 series, I get stragglers every now and again, people saying that when's the next one? When's the next one? I just found this now. Is there a sequel? Yes, there's a sequel. Um, I just wish that series had a bit more bite, but um, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But um, you can think it. Just don't tell me that you're leaving my channel because they're ads. That the reason I'm creating content is because of ads. However, however puny a percentage I get of said ads, um, your answer is this. If you vocally say that you're leaving the stream because ads just came up, then don't come back. You're not welcome back. I have so many people that support me and the channel and other people within the WILIscredia community that you know nobody really complains about anything, and this person does and constantly asks, and I don't know, I'm beating a dead. Oh, 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 Marcy, every single scene we gotta
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
talk, Marcy. Another 17 Danish krona. Every single ads. But yeah, I just wanted to get to that so that fellow mods know, Jacob, you started with their name, and yes, it's that person. Dice is well aware. Um, I get it. I'm not saying I don't get it. Ads suck, but um, there are so many different ways to support us, and it a simple share, and I mean SHARE, share. Click on the share and just tweet it out to your friends or whatever. Here's a really great video that I enjoyed the topic of, so on and so forth. Clicking the like button. That's really a big deal. That's just clicking a button. It costs you nothing. It helps. It helps and it's appreciated. I used to play the 1999 series on my headphones while at work, watching it on its own. They are well constructed video, but they work as background sound as well. I appreciate that, Jacob. Should have done better in the algorithm. Yeah, I'm not giving up. Cody and I filmed like a prologue special that I'd like to piece together as like a something to whet the palate for the year in question that I'd like to do next. But yeah, it's a lot of work. Those 1999 videos, there were 12 of them, and getting other people to contribute, it was a lot. It was like doing 31 on 31 without really having to worry about the movies part. I thought 1999 was a great idea. Rarely, well, not often do I tout when I think I've really got something good to cook on. I mean, granted, I ripped off somebody's book title and went with it and kind of took a spin on it, but it was one of the ones I was proud of, and it seems like when I'm proud of stuff, it doesn't perform that well. So just got to keep my mouth shut. Yes, the algorithm is where videos live or die. Yes. I mean, I'm still on board for 1999. Yeah, we're going a little bit back, and if I could just get a big name, not named Sean or Cody, if I can get a big draw in there, I think I think it just needs eyes on it, in a unnatural setting, if that makes any sense. But I've been blabbering. I will see y'all possibly this weekend. It might be the debrief this weekend. I'm not sure. Or the 21st or something. I don't know. The debrief is coming, and I think it's coming before I head out to the UK. So, I have nothing else left to say. But Bisers,